Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really cool concept that uses the invisible world of microorganisms to get some truly astonishing results.
All right, let's just jump straight into it with a result that's so remarkable it almost looks like magic. And we're starting here because this one single example just perfectly captures the kind of power we're talking about.
So check this out. On the left, you've got this banana tree in the Philippines. It was sick, it was withered, it was basically on its last legs. And on the right, that is the exact same tree, just 2 weeks later after getting treated with something called Prowater. The turnaround is just wow.
And you can imagine, the local farmer who'd been tending these trees for decades was just completely blown away. He said he'd never seen anything like it. The tree didn't just bounce back, it started flourishing, growing bigger and healthier than he'd ever seen before.
So right away, you've got to be asking the obvious question. What on earth is in this water to make that happen? Is it some kind of new secret super fertilizer? A powerful chemical cocktail? Well, the answer is actually something way more fundamental.
The secret here isn't something cooked up in a lab. It's all about tapping into the power that already exists all around us in nature. Yep, the power of beneficial microorganisms.
It's called Prowater, and you really shouldn't think of it as just water. It's more like a living, breathing ecosystem. It's basically a team of carefully selected, good guy microbes all working together to create this uniquely powerful liquid that just helps nature do its job better.
You know how a healthy river or a forest floor just kind of takes care of itself? There's this whole community of microbes constantly breaking down waste, fighting off the bad stuff, and just keeping everything in balance. Prowater basically concentrates that natural process so you can use it to restore balance wherever you need it.
And all this microbial teamwork really boils down to 3 core functions. It deodorizes, it purifies water, and it activates, or you could say energizes, plants and animals. And these aren't separate things, they're all just the result of getting that natural microbial balance back.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But let's see the proof, right? Let's get into some of the hard data and see how this stuff actually performs in the real world, starting with agriculture.
Get this. In a side-by-side rice field test in Japan, one field got Prowater, the other was farmed the conventional way. The real kicker? The Prowater field used 0 fertilizer and 0 pesticides, and the results were amazing. The rice grew way taller and produced about 1.5 times more grain. And it's not a one-off thing either. Just look at this kale. The plant on the right, grown with a super diluted Prowater solution, is more than double the size of the one grown with regular old tap water. You can just see the difference. It's incredible.
This revitalizing effect isn't just for plants either. Check out what happened at an aquaculture farm in India. Farmed catfish that were given feed mixed with Prowater put on 60% more weight than the fish on a normal diet. And that was after just 2 weeks.
So what does a 60% weight gain actually mean for the farmer? It means the fish were ready for market in just 7 months, instead of the usual 10. That's a whole 3 months of time and money saved. That's a massive, massive advantage.
So we've seen what it can do on the farm, which is impressive. But now let's see how these same benefits can actually show up in our own homes and our daily lives. Okay, now this is really fascinating. It's about how these vegetables age. The organic lettuce, over 2 weeks, it just rots. It turns to mush. But look at the Prowater cabbage. It doesn't rot like that. It just withers. It dries out naturally, which suggests it has a fundamentally healthier structure to begin with.
And for maybe the most stunning visual, look at these cut roses. After 2 whole weeks, the ones in tap water are completely done for. But the roses sitting in Prowater, they're still vibrant, they're still open, they're still beautiful. The water is literally keeping them alive and fresh for longer.
And that purification power, you can see it clear as day. Here we have 2 fish tanks set up at the same time. 2 months go by, the regular water tank is cloudy and, pretty gross. The Prowater tank, though, it's still crystal clear. The microbes are just constantly cleaning house.
And this works on a much bigger scale, too. This school pond was a mess, just completely choked with a thick blanket of algae. So they treated it with a tiny amount of Prowater, just 1/1000th of the pond's total volume. And the result? The algae just disappeared. The water became clear enough to see the bottom again. The whole ecosystem just reset itself.
So, when you put all of these results together, from bigger crops and healthier fish to cleaner ponds and fresher flowers, you start to realize this isn't really about just another product. It's about a whole different way of thinking.
Sure, it works incredibly well across a ton of different situations. It's proven to be safe, and since you use it so diluted, it's super economical. But the real magic is the idea that's driving it all.
The company's whole philosophy is joyfully giving back to the Earth. It's not about fighting nature or forcing a solution on it. It's about using nature's own incredible systems to help heal and bring back balance to our world.
And that really leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? Pro Shower shows us what's possible when we decide to harness this invisible microbial power that's all around us. It just makes you wonder, what else could we achieve if we started working with nature for a change instead of always working against it?